Okay, we're on to session 2 from Monday. Barbara said all starches break down to glucose. Carbs aren't bad only when they are overdone. Her fast food are fruits and vegetables. I love that. She said the message from nature is to eat less. So I believe I shared this with you. It's what she calls her vegetarian milk alkalizing drink. It's a smoothie, a juice, more so, I guess. 80% carrot, 10% celery, 10% apple. She does this every 2 hours. She gives her guests when they come to a retreat this combination every 2 hours for, I believe, for 4 times. 4 times. And every other drink, she'll either put in green barley or she'll use a protein powder. And she uses a pea protein powder. I really wanted to get that information. She said protein. I'm like, what kind of protein? Pea protein is what she uses. So they'll have their vegetarian alkalizing milk in the morning, say at 8 o'clock. And then at 10 o'clock, they would have that same drink with added green barley. And then at noon, they would have just the juices. And then 2 hours later, they would have the juice with the green barley. And then the next day, they would start with the juice first, and then the next one would have the pea protein added into it. So she does the green barley on one day and the pea protein on another day, and so forth. That's how she does that. And they do a 2-day juice fast, and then she does not believe in water fast. I thought that was quite interesting. She said the body needs protein. We need protein to comprehend correctly. Our brain needs protein for our thought processes. Our body needs protein for energy. So she does not recommend water fasts. And I thought that was quite interesting. And then she said in the evening when they're doing their juice fast, they have that evening broth. I shared that with you guys on there. Just a vegetable broth. A broth that probably was made out of the leftover carrots, celery, and apples. And I'm sure other vegetables they have available at the time. So a cup of broth at about 5 o'clock. She said you don't want to have anything heavy. I've talked to you guys about that before because it just goes in there and it creates all kinds of havoc with our body. It does not. If we eat a heavy meal at night, it's just too much for our body to digest, and it creates gas and so many other problems. 2-day detox, and your body will. Body will use. I don't know what that means. Oh, body will use here we go. 2-day detox, and your body will use that energy to clean up your body. So it's not working on digesting your food because you're just having the juices and the broth. Now, because your body doesn't have to work on digesting all that food, it can go and start cleaning up the cells. That's kind of exciting. She said one thing, just adding to smoothies or whatever, coconut cream is really, she loves coconuts. She just thinks they're like almost the perfect food. They carry a lot of vitamin E with them. And she said there's beta carotene in the green barley, as well as vitamin C, and all of the other fruits and veggies carry antioxidants, and there's fat soluble vitamin E in them. Let me turn the page here. If you guys have questions about this, just ask away. Yeah, so juice detox needs protein, and water fasts. She just doesn't believe in them. So the 3 essential food groups are fiber, protein, legumes and such, and fats, nuts and seeds. She says this thing about a no-fat, low-fat diet is a bunch of malarkey. She does not believe in it at all. Our body needs good fats, not the highly processed fats like margarine. She's like, don't touch margarine. It's carcinogen to our body. It's a carcinogen. Altered fats are harmful. We can become protein deficient if we go on a water fast only. Let's see here. Oh, she said this was interesting. Cooked greens do not lose their mineral content. And greens in general, dark leafy greens are full of minerals. You can even have them dehydrated and, reconstitute them with water, and they still hold their mineral content. So that's kind of exciting. In the next page, it says hormone imbalances can be the missing link in many diseases. I thought that was interesting. One thing she also said, she's never met a person that did not need their hormones balanced. I'm like, what? Isn't that crazy, Bracy? And then she talks about the time restricted eating. Meals, 2 meals in the, one in the morning, one at lunchtime, 6 hours apart. And we take 3.5 to 4 hours to digest a meal. Bloating happens many times because digestion gets interrupted. I'll read that again. Bloating happens many times because digestion gets interrupted. Again, the stomach's down there doing its thing, and it's getting ready to open the little flap down at the bottom of the stomach, and they're like, oh no, here comes more food, shut the flap. That's where the bloating and everything comes. And then also that means there's no detoxing. When we are constantly grazing all day long, our digestive system doesn't have time to detox our body because it's always digesting food. She said herbs for 2-day juice fast at a time, fat soluble toxins. So the 2-day juice fast. And she went back, she started talking about the liver. So herbs for liver health, lemon, put it in everything. A lot of people talk about using apple cider vinegar in their water, and I used to do that too with honey. She's like, don't do that. Apple cider vinegar is only meant for external use. She said, replace it with lemon. The lemon is amazing. If you get up and have a lemon water, she said, it starts your day wonderful. And she says bitter herbs for liver detox. Milk thistle is a fantastic one. Dandelion. And she said, I love this. God gave herbs for the service of man. Did you hear that? God gave us herbs for the service of us, for the service of man. I love that. Another one, back to the herbs for detoxing the liver. Ginger, Gentain, Gentain. And she said the fats, liver needs fats. So again, none of us should be on a low-fat diet. It's not healthy. And I'll talk about cholesterol and the cholesterol tablets down the road. So, and again, she has a note here about the dandelion. It prevents the mRNA spike protein. So, yes. I don't want to keep harping on that jab. She said something else. I'll talk about it later. Gallbladders can become stagnant on low-fat diets. Again, we need to be taking in fats, but healthy fats, not refined fats. Whatever the TV says, believe the opposite. Barbara's like amazing. Did you know this? People with high cholesterol do not get Alzheimer's. I thought that was kind of amazing. Guess what is causing Alzheimer's? She said it is skyrocketing. I forget the numbers she gave, like in Australia, on daily new cases of Alzheimer's. Cholesterol meds. She said they can be stopped immediately. This is not medical advice. I'm just saying, according to Barbara, Alzheimer's, our brain is made of fat cells. We need fat. Cholesterol, back in the 80s, maybe even the 90s, I think she said 80s. 300 was normal. And then because of some magical reasons, that all changed. So cholesterol medications, she gave a lot of stories of people going off cholesterol medications, even stories of older people almost ready to go into an assisted care living home because they couldn't comprehend what was going on. They would leave the stove on. 2 days off of cholesterol medications, the statins, and they had their people back. It was amazing. So that's where I'll leave it now. If you guys have any questions, drop them below, and we'll chat soon.